Hello, we are Easy Allies. I am Brandon Jones. I'm joined by Daniel Bloodworth, Brad Ellis,
Xbox,
and Isla Hank over there on the mouse.
Let's talk Xbox.
Let's talk Xbox. Xbox/Microsoft, Microsoft/Xbox/Phil Spencer now owns Activision-Blizzard.
No. Will be acquired.
Will be acquiring.
Yeah. Sorry.
Will happen before
the fine legal
23.
language.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. But for the purposes of having this
transaction
conversation
is
as soon as humanly
ongoing.
possible, gotta shoot to Brad Ellis because on the Xbox end, obviously we should be discussing, but as a
Woken up by this news.
as a massive
Woken up by it,
Blizzard
yeah.
fan, watching a Blizzard fan get merged with Activision, and now
The ghost of Acquisition's
merging with
future
Xbox.
woke Bradley up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
mystically.
Yeah, it
he
was
just
weird.
felt this
It was
news
weird.
in his
Yeah,
sleep.
It was weird. Jones, so Blizzard right now, bad. All-time low in quality. My hope is, once the Activision demon monster is not in charge of it as much anymore, they get some freedom back. Microsoft lets them do something. Honestly, Blizzard can only go up from here. They've been garbage recently. Garbage.
Why keep Activision and Blizzard together? Is that answered in any of the links?
Who
that we
knows
have?
if they will?
No, I don't
mean,
think
Why do it though? I wouldn't. Why?
What do you mean?
Now that they're inside of Xbox,
Yeah, they're not
separate
gonna- yeah,
Activision
they're
and
going
Blizzard.
to.
Oh,
That's
I'm
what I
sure
meant.
they will.
Get these two names.
Oh,
as
yeah.
far apart from each other as
there's not
humanly
really.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they'll
mean,
be separate.
It'll all be under the Microsoft umbrella
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
there'll be Activision, there'll be King, there'll be Blizzard. It'll
yeah,
be
exactly.
separated.
Good.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
all
yeah.
those other
Yeah.
studios.
Because I'm mad at
Yeah.
Activision and Blizzard for totally separate reasons, and I want them to be separate.
Well, and it's funny
'Cause they're
that
both effing up for
in
different
his
reasons.
statement, Bobby says that like he hopes to hand over an exemplary company, like that he wants to fix everything before Microsoft gets it. And I'm just
Right.
like, sure, Bobby.
Sure,
And
Bob.
it's weird because in the statement he made to his company, he just says, "I'll remain CEO," and he doesn't say a definite end time to that. It's like left open. But then Bloomberg's saying like, and the idea in the Twitter sphere is like, yeah, he'll be done when this is done in 2023.
I mean, done in a way that I think most humans on Earth would love to be done.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. With a $5 billion
done in a
buyout or
way
whatever
that,
he's
like,
going to personally
only
get.
happens when angels swoop down and
Yeah.
give people like gold cards.
How
that
many
leads
billions
them to their
is
own
he gonna
private island?
personally get?
Well,
More than 10? 20, 50?
That's-
Like, how much of this does he get?
I went
It's
through a whole
crazy.
anger phase in my living room this morning where I was like, man, because he is going to walk into the sunset for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a bummer because you know who I love in this business? He was one of my favorite people in video games that doesn't work at Nintendo. Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer is so
yeah,
entertaining
yeah.
and so I'm just genuine. Like I've watched a lot of people on stage over the years and like I believe what Phil says and like I hope Phil doesn't botch this. Like I really want him to, I just think there's going to be a lot of congratulatory, like there's a lot of handshaking, Phil and him together. Like that's a picture.
course, yeah.
That's a picture we're going to be laughing at for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And it's just a bummer that like, Xbox fans are like, yay? It's like, I don't okay.
Well, I mean,
It's gonna be weird.
certainly the turmoil at Activision Blizzard helped make this happen. We can't say necessarily if it was 100% responsible for it, but I do wonder how many bees,
needle for
I
sure.
wonder how many bees it took off the
dropped.
sales price
Yeah.
because of all the
Yeah,
harassment.
definitely.
It changed the year this happened.
Oh,
Maybe-
for sure.
Maybe this is a
10 mil?
conversation that
Maybe,
has been going on
dude.
for a while.
Maybe. I saw a thing. I think Bloomberg or someone was valuing it at $75 billion, and
I
they're
saw
getting
70.
it for 68.
I didn't know it got bumped up to 75.
They're getting it at 68. I hear
Oh, so maybe
something.
they got $2 billion off.
So yeah, I mean, like,
No big deal.
does harassment cost $2 billion? Like, is that what it is?
Yeah. I guess it's mere peanuts for them. Though.
But it's
Yeah.
like the juggling act that Spencer has to do now, where he's like, we will take this horrible thing that Bobby Kotick had nothing to do with, and we will make it great because these people have suffered, not at the hands of Bobby. And it's like, that's good, like,
Yeah.
good luck with that, Phil. Like,
it's got a lot to manage.
and not just Bobby. Like, there are people who have left Blizzard, there are people who have left Activision.
I mean, Blizzard's
like,
not the same company
the
anymore.
blame is all over the place between owners and board members. And,
course.
yeah, it's just so easy to hate that guy.
It is a nice, like yes, he's getting away scot-free and with big sack of money, but at least hopefully he'll be gone and he'll hopefully do something to make those companies better.
I want to go through all the franchises on the podcast, but are there any that jump out right now? Call of Duty.
I mean, Call of Duty's
Call of
number
Duty
one.
is gigantic.
Yeah.
You
Call
don't
of
change
Duty.
anything. What do you need? What are you need
Okay,
to change
so-
about Call of Duty? And I'm saying to make it better, but I'm saying to make more money.
I'm wondering, Jones, because there's like 3 or 4 studios that do Call of Duty, always just on rotation. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if one of those teams will get taken off
Right.
to do their own thing, or I don't know if this is. I don't think this will happen, Jones. But Call of Duty is not yearly anymore. Maybe every other year,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do like trilogies and then take a year off.
Yes,
Because like Activision's, Ubisoft's kind of done with Assassin's Creed, and like I kind of dig, it's bloated for sure, but like I kind of dig where Assassin's Creed is right now.
Sure.
I'm kind of getting more back into it. I skipped a ton of those, and I'm kind of back into the ecosystem now. Like I think I'm a sure bet on playing the next one, and I skipped Origins. I was out.
yeah.
Where it'd be interesting to see what they could do to COD. Where I'm like, how long did you work on this one?
Like, if they had
we
like
haven't had a COD in 2
an
years. I'm
extra
kinda craving.
year for development, it could
Well,
really
and
help.
like
That's
how
what happened
much
to
are
Halo.
they
Yeah.
going to like? Are they going to take Treyarch and like integrate it into like other Microsoft things, or like because they're pretty hands off on a lot
Yeah.
of the other studios they
yeah, it
acquire.
seems like so far, yeah.
But like, what do you do with the stepchild that's like naughty? Do you like integrate to fix? Do you like discipline and fire a bunch of people?
naughty,
Like, what do you
the naughty
do?
child you put on Warzone,
Right.
And the other ones get something else.
Toys for Bob. I love you, Toys for
Toys for, okay, I saw someone say this and I was like, yes, dude. Toys for Bob doing Banjo Kazooie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could do a pretty good banjo.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point.
This
Rare
is-
got to do it.
This is like
Raven
such.
Trey- oh my god. Like
This is such a funny thing though, because like for months, a year, however long the like controversies have been piling up at Activision-Blizzard, we've always been saying like, how do you fix this? How do you address this? How do you fix this kind of thing? Is this how? You just
Money.
have a big old company buy you?
I mean, this might seem brutal, but like to me, that's not even the question. The question is, how do you make money on suffering? You know?
right.
Like Phil Spencer's like,
Well, I mean, that's capitalism to a T.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like Phil's not the only one who had this idea.
Oh,
you know,
no,
it's like
yeah.
now this is the like I don't even think about board meetings. I just think about parties. I think about martinis at 9:30 a.m. With your eggs.
Yeah.
Du jour, and just being like, should we do it? Should we do it? How low is this gonna sink?
I mean, I picture all these guys like Succession now. Like I've been watching Succession, and like these dudes are all just like doing coke at some weird secret party that you have to know a guy to get into. That's in like a
Some
bridge.
Eyes wide shut.
Yeah, for real. You have to say like Silencio or whatever to
Yeah.
get in, and then like they're all just joking because it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're all just like, yeah, sure, whatever. 68 bill, 69 bill, yeah, bro.
that we don't know definitively what the bill number is.
Yeah.
Is so okay. Now I saw that this was the biggest ever. Was that for Xbox or Microsoft in terms of that number, 70 billion? That was
It's
the
top
biggest acquisition
25.
number
I was
ever.
just talking to my friend Jason about this. It's top 24, 25 acquisitions in history.
cool.
There were some big ones in the 2010s. I don't know specifically what, but it's not the biggest in history, which I wondered if it was.
I wonder what the oldest one is. that's in
It
the
might
top
be the
25.
biggest in games. I
Yeah,
don't.
that's the thing. That's like it seems so gigantic, but then I think about like other industries like Disney buying Fox. And all
Yeah.
of that.
Right.
You know,
What's
it's-
funny is it makes Star Wars acquisition seem like peanuts.
Yeah, that was like,
Oh,
what,
yeah.
it was like 4 billion, and at the
Yeah.
time I was like, wow,
Yeah.
George, you're
Just
walking
nothing.
Well,
away.
it's like, did Xbox do this or did Microsoft do this and give it to Xbox? Here, Xbox. Here's
Well, it's
some game
Microsoft
company.
to acquire
'Cause it's
them.
So big, yeah. I got yeah. 'cause
Right.
It's
Well,
so
sure.
huge.
but
I
it's
think-
always Microsoft just
It is
sucking up everything.
so-
But Phil is
Huge.
he's got a new title, right? He's like CEO now, right?
Yeah.
Go, Phil.
The other one
Something.
referenced,
Don't
what's her name? The CEO of Microsoft. Satya Nadella.
Microsoft in total, but
Yeah. But
I-
Phil
I-
might be the CEO.
If you go down to the bottom of Microsoft,
Wow.
it might have his title. I don't know for sure.
Go Games. People,
Maybe
I just
not.
looked up. I just went to Twitter, and Twitter told me this. I mean, I had known it already,
They're-
but Twitter was like, "Hey,
CEO
did you
of
hear that
Microsoft
big
Gaming,
video
Phil
game
Spencer.
Thing happened?" It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we don't have E3 anymore, but we got this today at least.
Pure copium right here. But Microsoft did, or Xbox did good with Age of Empires 4 that came out recently.
Yeah.
Good game. Gives me hope for some Blizzard RTS.
Oh.
Fix Warcraft 3 Reforged. Bring StarCraft
Can you bring
back.
that image back up? What was this white site we were at? Where like
Which
it was
image?
huge? Yeah, scroll to the top. Okay, Brad. So right in front of us, we have scratch Candy Crush. We have Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and StarCraft. What are you most curious to see? What Phil Spencer has in his brain tonight about one of those franchises?
What he has in
What
mind?
he has in mind. I know what to do with blank.
I really want to see what he does with World of Warcraft.
So do I.
Right.
You guys
really
talking about
started-
Master Chief in World of Warcraft
Dude,
was so funny to me.
So what's really funny about this also is WoW's biggest competitor is Final Fantasy 14, which is not on
Right.
Xbox.
Right.
Are they going to go in on that? Put WoW on console finally on Xbox
sure,
or something
dude.
now. They're like, all right, fuck it. Just get an MMO on there. Let's go. We got to take
sure.
14 down.
That's the thing to do.
Yeah.
That's totally. I mean, they made classic. It's like make some other versions. Like, well, you'd have to change it.
Console
Change it.
version.
You know, like
Yeah.
get.
I mean, 14
make that
is
be accessible,
shockingly
make
good
it
with a
free as
controller.
heck. You know, give people on Xbox all sorts of exclusive stuff. Because I think Overwatch is going to take forever. Diablo is doing okay.
Cooking
actually.
slowly.
Diablo's all right.
It's in a
Yeah.
Out of
slow
all those
cooker right now.
franchises, I think it's
Whatever.
the. I mean,
We're
other than
actually
COD.
getting consistent updates on that game
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
quarter.
StarCraft's in hiding.
It's dead. It's
I
fine.
mean, I'm surprised they put StarCraft on there. Honestly, like,
it's like every IP they have.
yeah,
But
yeah.
PvP
But
is still
it's not.
happening.
That's-
There's- Someone is playing StarCraft 2
Of course,
right now.
but it's
Like,
on maintenance
Oh, for
mode.
sure.
There's
Right.
probably no plans for StarCraft 3 right now.
Right.
That StarCraft FPS got
there
canceled.
could be now.
Tomorrow there will be.
There could be
Tomorrow
now.
StarCraft 3 begins.
Well, but that's the funny thing is like this.
coming to Netflix.
As Bobby said, like things like this take time. They anticipate this to be done by Microsoft's fiscal year, which I believe was June 30th, 2023.
Yeah.
So this is like a year and a
ways away,
half
yeah.
away, which also shocking to say, like you said, like we're in 2022 now. This isn't even that far away.
Right.
They
But
probably
like,
won't mention this at E3.
but like, I mean, they might. But like Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, like some of that stuff could come out in late 2022, early 2023.
Right.
Like, so it will really be like a different thing. And also, it's so funny because you said like leaving Candy Crush aside, but it's like Call of Duty and Candy Crush alone make this like financially like just a great buy.
Because when they bought up all these cool studios, they were neat. But like every time I do but check, and it's like, yeah, what is Ninja Theory? Like, what all the people they own now? What are they all doing? And were they all cool? And do we really know? And like, I think it would actually, in the same way that like Assassin's Creed wanted to take a break, that Halo took a break, and I think that worked out really well. If all of these franchises, Call of Duty and Candy Crush, completely off the list, those four take a breath.
Overwatch,
And be
Diablo,
like,
World
we're
of
gonna
Warcraft,
go
StarCraft.
offline, not totally offline, but like, don't expect to hear a lot of news for us for like 2 years. I think that's kind of exciting. In 2 years,
They're
when
already doing that.
when
They've
though.
been doing that for
opens up.
years.
They've been doing that,
We're
though.
in year 2 of that.
Only
Blizzard's
WoW is
been doing
kind of-
that, which
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have
yeah,
my
yeah.
assurance,
Oh,
but
sure.
Xbox,
Sure.
Microsoft, like potentially.
I didn't check. I didn't think to check the stock price. I bet it went like way up.
Oh, sure.
I left my
But
phone
yeah, I
in the
mean,
other
Call
room.
of Duty, like constantly number one.
Oh,
selling,
yeah.
every
Every
year.
year. Yeah,
Every
literally,
year,
yeah.
Every constant.
For like 20 or 15 years running or some crazy thing
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, I mean, one of the things that's crazy to me is, even aside from, all of the stuff that's been going on, Activision's also had this problem of just like really wanting everything to be Call of Duty or World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
So they just stopped making things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a few, we got the Tony Hawk and we got Crash and all that, but like now there's just the floodgates are open for like anyone in Microsoft to make any of these franchises that have been
Something.
in the vault.
Yeah.
We could get like Sierra, Classics
dude,
Collection or
that'd be
something on
sick.
Game Pass.
Man. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, do they? Oh, Disney has LucasArts, so that might get complicated. But yeah, the Sierra
Yeah.
stuff could happen.
Some other studios can make
Just
Yeah.
tons and tons of stuff.
IPs from this.
But
Crash,
you don't, yeah.
But if like Crash becomes exclusive to Xbox,
Wild.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that would be wild.
Could happen though.
How many more acquisitions before Xbox and Microsoft have to worry about like monopoly suits? Like,
I think
who they
it's
buy next.
just there's so many companies, and you've got Embracer Group going out there, you got NetEase going out buying people, you got
Oh,
Tencent
yeah, yeah,
buying
yeah,
people.
Yeah, that's true.
Like we're so
It's
far
literally
away
gonna be
from like
4
actually
companies.
monopoly anything.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Nintendo and Sony are the real like. It's funny. It's like Microsoft has more money. They have more. They've been around for longer. Like, but these just in terms of like the interactive space, we weren't making consoles, but like we were playing playing video games on Microsoft things, and so yeah,
well, and Windows just keeps Microsoft
But
flush.
Nintendo
forever.
makes Nintendo and Sony fight to make all the money, and here's Xbox just like, I got my checkbook out, and it's like, wow, whoa.
Well, and like Xbox is taking a different
17.
approach. Like think about this, dude. Activision-Blizzard, King, I guess. Like backlogs on Game Pass, like all this stuff
Yeah.
on Game Pass. Like Game Pass's value just is about like in a year and a half is going to go even higher, and it's
Don't-
already an
don't you make
incredible
fun of
value.
Not I'm sending King my resume tonight,
Dude, I know. I'm not
anybody ever
downplaying
tells you-
King.
game developers out
Candy
there,
Crush makes so much
If anybody
money.
ever tells you, my beloved phone, if anybody ever tells you you need a face for your game, you don't. Because all I see is faces and just a pile of candy.
Just a pile of weird, shiny
a pile
candy.
Of shiny,
Yeah.
gross gold
Yeah.
that Xbox is now just going to rake in.
I want to talk about exclusives.
Phil Spencer's playing Candy Crush right now and laughing to himself.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably getting free
Go.
points. Exclusives. So I think for the first like 2 years, everything will still be on everything. Like all these games will still be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, we had this back and forth with Bethesda, and it was like, are they going to keep some things, multi-platform or whatever? And then eventually it's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is going to be
Is
exclusive
Starfield
for
Xbox
sure.
only? I can't remember.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
I thought it was.
But like Elder Scroll or like Skyrim.
Elder- yeah,
But
Six.
Activision,
Yeah.
It gives me more pause because again, Call of Duty does sell so much.
It's the one I wouldn't change.
I think Call of Duty you leave on
I
everything.
think Phil
Yeah.
did say something
For
about
sure.
keeping some franchises on other consoles, but having exclusive content. For,
World of
like,
Warcraft
their platforms.
exclusive on
Yeah.
Xbox is genius.
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
going to dream about that tonight,
Yeah.
Brad. That's so on
like
point.
that should and definitely will happen.
but
I
we
might
talk,
play it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but yeah, you talk about like,
I mean, I wouldn't, but yeah.
Diablo's on Switch, Overwatch is on Switch.
Yeah. It's like these,
Spyro is
yeah.
on Switch.
These games for now will probably be on that, but I don't know about after that.
Yeah.
Whatever's coming.
I mean, it's a value proposition, right? Like you have to say like, okay, will we make more money by forcing people to buy Xboxes to play World of Warcraft or Overwatch, or will we make more money by being on every system and just having microtransactions on everything?
It's
and it's
like-
like I'm sure that some like math whiz
like
does that.
Minecraft still on everything.
Yeah.
And they've owned
Right.
that for a long
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's
because
like,
it's like
yeah.
they already had that foothold.
Because like, are
Why
they really
destroy
going to want
that?
to cut out that
No.
PlayStation piece of Call of Duty
Right.
that still makes
No.
a ton of money? Like,
No.
obviously they're not going to have a deal anymore with Call of Duty and get
Well, that's
content.
I mean,
that's
I
what I
think they
wonder
still
though is how
will, though.
long
No, no,
that
no,
deal
PlayStation.
lasts.
You rob Peter to pay Paul. Like PlayStation's paying Microsoft for exclusive levels on the PlayStation. It's just like they win either way. It's like
I guess.
Microsoft playing Sony for Blu-ray and the Xbox.
extent,
it's like
yeah.
they're just, you know.
But they still want you to play on their
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
platform.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick sure is a jerk, though, huh?
Well, that's the thing. Like, this is such a funny like capitalist like outcome for this. Like that it's like, like to put it in like schoolyard terms, it's like the bully, like just getting like they dealt with the bully by taking him out of school and putting him in a way nicer school. It's like it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. It's like
that's
you're
perfect.
bad. Here, have a better situation.
Yeah.
Like, and that's life, man. That's just how it is.
life, man.
That's life, man. Like, that's just how it is.
man.
Yeah. I mean, is
Yeah,
there anything
man.
else we should say? I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
this whole
I
thing
want
is just
I
crazy.
I wanted like a sushi chef. I want to chop all of this up this week, and we can go into that because that's gonna be the big difference. As always with breaking news, which we do a podcast every. We record on Thursdays, goes up Friday early access, Sunday for everyone public on YouTube.com/EasyAllies. We will be talking about this more, and I'm excited to drill into Overwatch.
Yeah.
What we know they were going to do, and where do we think that's going to change?
Right.
I think that's like the super specifics of the conversation that we don't need to exhaust ourselves with now.
I just love the corporate newspeak. Like,
Oh yeah.
especially Bobby Kotick's letter. It's just like there's some sentences in there that like
Yeah,
are
cherry
basically
pick these.
meaningless. Like,
Right. Do press release.
why do you-
with all
it's
that.
like you basically just
Trim the
said
fat.
nothing
Yeah.
in that sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, also we'd be remiss if we didn't mention how many times they said metaverse, and it's so funny. I'm like, you
Right.
guys, that's just like Facebook marketing spin on the word internet. Like, stop it. Like,
Oh, I like this sentence. Facebook, Google, Tencent, NetEase, Amazon, Apple, Sony, Disney. Where is this?
And many more.
Activision-Blizzard.com.
And many more have
And
ambitions
many
for
more.
their
That
own
and many
gaming
more
and
is
metaverse
garbage.
initiatives.
That and many more does not
they
matter.
all have their own metaverse initiatives.
Facebook, Google, Tencent, NetEase, Amazon, Apple, Sony, Disney. It's Facebook, Google, Tencent, NetEase, Amazon, Apple.
Yeah, and Microsoft. Like,
If
those
we wanna
literally
hang out
are the companies that own the
And
world.
drink those martinis. Those are the companies. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
NetEase, not something we really talk about it a ton.
NetEase is huge.
Disney. Who are the up and comers? Gonna read up on that company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tencent,
I mean,
of course.
yeah, I think
Embracer's not on there, surprisingly.
right.
Oh, yeah. They're
But
the and many more.
I do think that, even if it's going to be some time coming and they can't really talk about it in any of this, that, most likely the net outcome is that, things are going to get cleaned up. Like the
Oh,
developers
yeah,
are going to
yeah,
be in a better place.
Yeah.
on
I think
multiple
it'll be a
levels.
net positive
we can
for
only
sure.
hope. Yeah.
Hopefully not a lot of layoffs.
I expect. I mean, like, but disciplinarily there have to be
Right.
some.
Yeah,
But
there
like
will
the
be.
question is,
I gotta imagine, like, what is it like to be that person that now has to deal with this? That now has to deal with the lawsuits that are going to be lingering on Activision.
well, and they've been. Oh, right, yeah,
books.
because Microsoft is buying a company that's being sued by the government.
Well, but
having to go through like all those
Yeah.
HR records and figuring out, okay, untangling this knot.
here's what I'm
this
thinking about.
deal's been in the works for a year, maybe more,
This is all
probably.
I've been thinking about all day. The reason why they're having a lawsuit is because Bobby Kotick and the board of Activision, to my understanding, tweet at me if I got this wrong, I'm sure I did, is that there are parts of this at Activision Blizzard who are like, no, it didn't happen. We didn't do
Right,
something
right.
wrong.
Literally
Otherwise,
Succession.
they would be fined,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to pay a fee.
Yeah.
Will we know if, like, they stopped talking about all of that because Phil or whoever, like Phil's lawyers, got on the phone and said, oh, yeah, we own this now. What's the problem? And they're like, Bobby Kotick did this. Okay, well, he admits to that. What do you need? And it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
$50 million. Here you go. Next.
Yeah.
What did Bobby
Yeah.
do? This. And literally go down the list. They pay it. Just make 70 bill look
Well,
like
and Riot-
nothing.
Riot
and then we never
has-
hear about it because Schreier's like maddeningly on the phone trying to get all the details, and they just lock the whole thing down. We never hear from Bobby ever again. And then 10 years later, we're like, what happened to Bob? And like, little do we know, they just threw money at the entire problem and
Or
solved
Phil
all
just
of it.
tells us everything.
And at the
like-
end of the day, it made it better, but it's just
One Riot,
my head hurts a little
Riot
bit.
is paying,
It's a lot.
I think, $100 million to employees that were victims of harassment, but only up to like 2014 or something. And I have
Quantifying,
friends who worked
again,
there
yeah.
in 2010 and like were harassed and like aren't getting anything. And it's
Quantifying
just
damage
like,
in that way is
okay,
so
yeah, it's so weird.
messy.
Yeah.
So that's who I don't want to be. Is is whoever is having to just brutally make those calls and figure all of that stuff out.
But did
It's
we have like
everybody's
this
got
is
a
a
price?
hu-
Maybe.
This is a huge deal. They clearly have been working on this for a while. The news blast came out simultaneously from Activision
yeah,
and
of course.
Microsoft, but like we had no idea. Like there are
No.
times that we've had rumors for years of somebody trying to buy somebody. We had no clue this
It was
happening.
the Sega red herring.
This is the most locked down shit I've ever
But
heard
it's
of.
the thing. I feel like when things actually happen, you don't hear those rumors very much.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hear these rumors and then nothing
Sure.
ever comes out of them.
Right.
But I don't remember. Nobody knew Bethesda was.
This
coming.
wasn't even
Nobody
on
knew
my
Activision was
radar,
coming.
dude.
Yeah.
Keely stepping out of the shower. Oh, is it Tuesday? You know, you're like-
Right. Like if
Keely
Keely
knows.
didn't know about this,
No,
this
Keely
was
knew
so
this,
locked down.
Of course.
I'm sure he did. But like, my God.
Yeah, this is one of the craziest like gaming news things in a long time I can think of.
It's going to be interesting to
And it's weird because it's like on the one hand, it's like, man, like I don't like things consolidating, right? Like I don't like the pool of big companies getting smaller and smaller. But on the other hand, it's like this is only a positive for anyone at Activision. This is
Yeah.
only a positive for Activision franchises that Kotick deemed not worth investing in.
I mean, it definitely
Like, it's only a positive for anyone that's going to play these games in the future. Like I just
It is
It's so
weird.
weird.
Like psychologically, the tarnish is lessened on Diablo 4, right? Like it feels less bad to want to play Diablo 4 now, even though like effectively it's all the same garbage. I mean, we'll see. Microsoft historically, I mean, I guess we haven't seen most of their acquisitions bear fruit yet, but like they seem to be hands off, and
Right.
so we'll see how hands on or
Right.
off they are with all of these. Like how into High Moon or Infinity Ward are they going to get, or Treyarch? But like, man, yeah, I think it's a net good for sure.
They have to have known, obviously. They literally had to have looked at all these companies and all the stuff they can do and are going to do or whatever. But it's just hard to think of having that inside your brain, Brad.
Yeah.
Just, evaluating it.
I guess Neversoft has been renamed along with some of those others.
Oh yeah, I mean,
They got pushed into one of the other studios.
Who knows, man?
yeah, it's like Vicarious Visions.
Right.
Like, like
yeah,
Blizzard.
they're just part of Blizzard now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's nuts to think about like Xbox acquiring Activision Blizzard King, and they're acquiring like 15, 20 other little tiny companies within that.
Right. Yeah, because Activision is a company that acquires
That
companies.
acquires companies. Yeah, it's like
It's like
the big fish just ate the medium fish, and it's just like how many little fish are in the belly of the
It's
medium
insane.
fish.
Now the whale ate the fish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. The gargantuan
dealing with
alien
fishes
monster
anymore.
just ate the whale, is what happened.
Man, I wonder what Sony's thinking right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you see that tweet I posted where it was from Spider-Man, and he's like, "I've lost everything, but I still have Spider-Man."
True, Spider-Man's huge.
It's fun. It's fun to watch these tides of kaiju.
Yeah,
It really
Monster
is.
battles. Yeah,
Just monster battles.
So I hope there aren't any dear Activision Blizzard employees that work super hard to bring us the games that we love that are in those buildings that these kaiju are slicing in half.
Well, and if there are layoffs and stuff, like, will that happen 2023, or
Sure.
will Microsoft slash as soon as the ink
Right.
is dry? Like,
I mean, not even.
But I don't feel
yeah.
like we've heard a lot about them doing that in the other acquisitions.
No.
So,
It seems like they literally, honestly,
No.
just leave them alone and
but
change where the
would-
money is
would
coming from.
Activision in the meantime? I don't know.
Right, that's
Yeah.
my thing. Is
They
like,
just
and-
laid off a bunch
Question.
of people that
Yeah.
for no reason.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah, when they do well, they fire more people. Like, Activision's insane.
And like tomorrow's hump day, so it's just like, I'm sorry all these people have to go back to work tomorrow. And it's just like, all right, go back to that game you were making, and it's like that'll be exclusive to Activision. They'll tell us later. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like what percentage of
Oh.
Activision-Blizzard in terms of the entire
I'm-
staff?
Their track
knew
record
this was going
indicates
to
that
happen. Like,
newer stuff will be exclusive, but the things that are in the works now likely won't be. But who knows?
wow.
My God.
Thanks for chatting.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Check out the podcast, easyallies.com, if you want it early. Patreon.com/easyallies. We'll dive into this way more in
Yeah.
detail, probably.
We don't do this a lot. Thanks, Xbox.
Thanks, Xbox.